A WWE Hall of Famer turns down a major WrestleMania match. Elsewhere, a huge New Japan Pro Wrestling star has departed the company. And we have an update on an NXT title match for Vengeance Day. Hey everyone, Jack and Fraser here with the wrestling news. We're starting off with Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter / radio, who on the radio was talking about this whole mystique surrounding Steve Austin's WrestleMania status. Because we had Meltzer saying one thing, we had Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful reporting something as well. Meltzer's now come in with a different angle, which may have cleaned up some of what's going on. What's he saying?
It does. He says that Steve might be at the show, meaning WrestleMania this year. He says, I wouldn't be surprised at all. He might do something on the show, but he did in fact turn down wrestling at the show. He was offered Brock Lesnar, he was offered Roman Reigns. He probably could have had he could have named his opponent if he wanted to do it with anybody else, but he did not choose to wrestle on the show.
Right. So this might be where those reports were coming from, like Austin's been offered this person, Austin's been offered that person, because Meltzer's probably telling the truth there. Austin could have named his opponent because it's Steve Austin and they'd want him on the show. Which led to when that speculation first came out about, especially the Roman Reigns match. A lot of people saying, well, is that even a good thing? Because there's all this big storyline that's been built up and then Austin just comes in and has the match instead. But I think that even the very fact that that's been reported, that it was pitched initially, maybe betrays the fact that Austin could name his opponent.
It's absolutely one. If it was Roman Reigns, it would be one of the biggest matches of the past how many years. If it was Brock Lesnar, then that is payoff to when Stone Cold walked out the company 20 odd years ago.
When he took his ball.
And took his ball and went home. And then it's just crazy that he could have had anyone. My
big question here is, if Meltzer's saying that Austin's turned down on one against Lesnar, he's turned down one against Roman, why is Austin getting in ridiculous shape on Instagram? Genuinely, what's that for? Is that just because he wants to?
Probably, he maybe wants to. Maybe he's doing speculation. Maybe he's doing Gladiators, the new return of the show. Maybe he's getting into the NFL. I don't know what he's doing.
I honestly,
Wimbledon
I wonder what's happened there, because he's been really making a point as well of sharing videos and that and been getting into really good shape. So
it could be that he's just wanted to get into shape in case an offer came along that he was interested or changed his mind. We know that it was about this time last year that offer went out to him for his match at WrestleMania. Perhaps it's just as a safety, while also it's Stone Cold wanting to just get in shape and look like a tank.
Yeah, that is true. It could be that as well. Moving over now to New Japan Pro Wrestling, an official statement from the company has announced that Kota Ibushi has left, they say, with the conclusion of his current period on January 31st, 2023, i.e. yesterday. Kota Ibushi has departed New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ibushi has been recovering from injury since October 2021. He's had some horrendous luck with just the build-up of injury. We apologised, and also the arguments with New Japan reportedly as well, because they tried to make him work a schedule he wasn't happy with. We apologise, New Japan go on to say, we apologise to Ibushi's fans for the abrupt announcement and join them in wishing Ibushi the very best in all his future endeavours. This coincides very closely, Fraser, with a big announcement on the American independence scene regarding Kota Ibushi.
This announcement came out yesterday. Literally at the time his contract expired in Japan, GCW announced on Twitter that Kota Ibushi will make his GCW debut in March and will be competing on Josh Barnett's Bloodsport and Joey Janela's Spring Break.
Yeah, so he'll be at WrestleMania weekend on back-to-back shows for GCW. Now, at first I saw that and I was like, oh, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, I can't think of a better show for a person like Kota Ibushi. And then I thought, Joey Janela's Spring Break, I can't think of a better show, because he's brutal and comedic.
He is. He can do all of it.
Do it. He can't get away with this.
It's going to be really fun to see him sort of have a bit more freedom on these two shows, with Fightful, saying that the plan is for him to work a big main event match.
If you've got Kota Ibushi,
you're gonna have to,
I think that's fair enough. Ibushi himself commented on his New Japan departure, saying there were various conflicts, but thank you to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I chose the position of being free to renew my contract. Thank you for your long and considered period. Thank you. From now on, I hope you will watch over my path. I don't know what will happen. It's an exciting time for fans of Kota Ibushi, especially because I think it's long been thought of that he has been while simultaneously being one of the best and most talented wrestlers in New Japan, also one of the most kind of I don't know if overlooked's the right word. He marches to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's kind of like, he was in that freelancer spot for so long that they didn't really push him, and then they did push him eventually.
He's not a homegrown New Japan guy, and they haven't treated him as such, when you could argue that actually he might have deserved to have been given a bigger push than he was. But apparently there has been major interest in Kota Ibushi as well.
That's quite exciting.
Is that according to
It's Fightful Select. They're reporting that there is major interest from a number of companies following his departure from New Japan. This ranges from wanting to sign him to a full-time deal to just some one-off appearances. sources. Fightful's contacts in each major company reportedly told them that Ibushi would likely want to remain a freelancer, which he did before New Japan Pro Wrestling. Sources close to him have reportedly said that he was very happy doing that prior to signing with New Japan, and New Japan was a live and learn situation, although Ibushi has not confirmed that himself. I'm not surprised he's maybe not wanting to be tied down to a contract. As you mentioned, he's had numerous injuries and fairly bad luck in relation to the company.
He's contrary to what he looks like. He is 40 years old as well.
It's insane. Imagine looking like that at 40.
He looks like a small child man. No, he doesn't. He's in tremendous shape.
He looks about 22.
He looks very young. He looks very young.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
But yeah, he's in an amazing shape. So really, he's got quite a lot left in the tank if this injury is healed up and he can go. I'm excited to see what he can do. Unleashed.
Tell you who else can go in the ring. Andre Chase University, who have punched their ticket to NXT Vengeance Day by winning the qualifier 3-way tag team match on this week's NXT, defeating the Dyad and defeating Idris Enofe and Malik Blade as well. They now enter the multi-team tag team title,
the turmoil thing.
Thank you, turmoil match at Vengeance Day, and we've been speculating, could this be the scene where it finally all falls apart between Duke Hudson and Andre Chase?
Yeah, I think it will be. It has to be, surely. Although, and I mentioned it off camera, but it's basically the Bloodline story, isn't it?
It was a really good point.
Yeah, so Duke Hudson's joined Chase U.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a spot where he's got to stay in line with Chase U. Or leave.
Or do his own thing.
And he's gonna take the steel chair and hit Andre Chase at the back.
Now, you suggested that a key difference is that Sami Zayn really did have the Bloodline's best intentions at heart, whereas Duke Hudson is not.
He's nefarious. He's evil.
I mean, Ross would agree with you there, but I would disagree, and I think Duke Hudson's intentions are pure at heart, and that he has the best interests of Andre Chase University in his
He
in his
stole
mind.
another member of Class's Secret Santa present and gave it to Andre Chase. I think he's evil. He's going to either cost them the tag titles or cost them this opportunity at the tag titles. But despite, surely in case, Duke Hudson's wanting to win those belts. Get some money, increases.
But he also wants to be the head of Andre Chase University.
He wants Chase U for himself.
We'll run down the final NXT Vengeance Day card as we head into the event this weekend. So we've got that NXT Tag Team title match between the New Day, who are the champions, of course, Gallus, Pretty Deadly, the former champs, and Chase U. North American title match, Wes Lee taking on Dijak. 2 out of 3 falls match between Apollo Crews and Carmelo Hayes. Banger alert. The women's tag team titles will be on the line as Caden Carter and Katana Chance, to give her new name, take on the odd couple of Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Can they
coexist?
Can they get along? NXT women's title, Roxanne Perez defends against both members of Toxic Attraction in a triple threat match. Can she overcome the odds? Yeah, probably. Yeah. And a steel cage match for the NXT title. Braun Breaker defending against Grayson Waller. Both me and you have been thinking this could be the end of the title reign for Braun Breaker.
I really think this is Grayson Waller's time. I think he is the star that is in NXT right now. Give him that belt. Because Braun's had it a while and he's been great, but Grayson Waller is just insane.
Hi there, guys.
Another level.
The
Grayson Waller effect.
Grayson Waller effect.
Grayson Waller.
Thanks everybody for watching this news video. I've been Jack, this has been Fraser. Leave your thoughts and opinions in that comment section down below, and stay tuned to the channel because we'll have more news later on in the day as well. Stay safe. Love you, bye. It feels weird saying love you, bye. It's not my catchphrase. Bye everyone.